Welcome to Turning It Up. We are a mommy-daughter team that loves people and thrill in finding and sharing ideas, tips, and tools for the everyday person to find themselves and live the extraordinary lives they are really meant to live. I am Kiara Bowden, along with my mom, Heather Christensen. We are so excited you're here. Please let us know who you are in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Yes. Last episode, we explored the power of the heart's intelligence, knowing everything that we need to find our purpose, answer to difficult questions that we've been stewing over, as well as get the body into a healing mode. We also talked about how the heart has the ability to connect to that oneness with the universe, or what people call the divine consciousness or God.
Yeah. And then this week, we are really excited. People also get excited about this one because it's really what can help you break through barriers.
Yes. I was drum rolling. La, 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 la,
Oh,
la,
I was like, what are you doing? I thought you were having some type of like episode. All
la. Yes, I'm always having an episode.
right. Anyways, people get really excited about this one because this is what they really feel like help them break through their barriers when they are trying to achieve their dreams. So this is uncovering limiting beliefs.
Yes, uncovering limiting beliefs. But this is actually one video of a three-part series of breaking through self-sabotaging barriers that can prevent people from living their higher lives. So, uncovering limiting beliefs. Let's get a little bit into what limiting beliefs are.
Yeah. Well, I think you could kind of like guess what it is, but um, I think people don't realize how deep it actually goes, though. So as most of us know, a belief is like a statement or a thought that you view as true. If it is limiting, it means that it is a belief that holds you back from moving forward or keeps you from reaching beyond a certain point. The interesting thing about limiting beliefs is that you may know you have them or you may not. Ooh,
Yeah,
spooky.
right. I remember the first time that I did a heart meditation to uncover a limiting belief. I first asked if I had one, and the heart will tell you yes or no. And the answer was yes. And then I asked my heart, what's the most important limiting belief that I need to uncover? And when the answer came, it revealed itself gradually by some thoughts and feelings. And um, then the thought came to me, and I stated it aloud and asked if that was the limiting belief. And the answer was yes. And I remembered thinking, no way. I hadn't known that I could have had that belief, and it was a belief that I consciously disagreed with. I do not believe that about myself, but
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that they hold beliefs about themselves that they consciously do not think are true, but subconsciously they do. Like they have been programmed with this for some reason, and consciously, it's like not a good thought to have about yourself. So you're like, no, I don't think that. But subconsciously, I mean, it shows that we really have two different brains, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that we may not know that we actually believe about ourselves. And so it's really important to draw those out and burn them.
well, it shows that programmed brain versus a creative one, right?
Yep.
So that was actually a belief in your subconscious programming, my subconscious programming.
Yes. You're the only one with that issue.
Yeah. But that was when I realized how important it was to know about limiting beliefs and uncover them by connecting to the heart. So if I had just thought about that in my brain, I would have never come up with what I came up with. And since then, I have worked with people taking them through the meditation and having them perform the exercise to work through them. And most people are surprised when they are really connected to their hearts about what their limiting beliefs are. Okay, for example, one man I worked with came up with several demeaning beliefs about himself. Unfortunately, he had a mentally and emotionally abusive parent. So my heart broke when I heard the beliefs that he had uncovered, and every single one shocked him. He was saying things like, I don't believe this statement. He was actually sobbing when he was saying these things. He kept saying it over and over. I don't believe it. I know I'm a good person. Why would I ever think that? And, we discussed the programming a lot during those sessions, helping him to understand that it was merely part of his programming and we needed to really work through it.
Yeah, that is really tough. I think that a lot of people suffer with this issue because I just hear all the time that they're like, I want to achieve my dreams, but I don't know, like, what is stopping me from doing that? Like, I am a brave person. I can do hard things, yet for some reason, I cannot bust through and achieve that dream.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have a limiting belief right now, actually. I need to take
Well,
care.
we
I just had the realization that there's something that I've been trying to achieve that I cannot, and it might be from a limiting belief.
well, we are going to go through the meditation today. So,
Excellent.
well, a lot of times people ask me the question, how do I know if I have a limiting belief? And what was it, Kiara, that triggered you?
Just barely?
Yeah. What what was it that triggered you?
Well, I mean, just barely. It was the fact of what I was saying is that I have this dream that I want to accomplish, and for some reason, I have not been able to stick to my guns and complete the dream. And so there's obviously something that is holding myself back.
Okay. So you haven't been aware of any feelings or anything like that. It's more so, oh yeah, this didn't happen and why?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, consciously, I like go through my life and think about where I've been going wrong, and I can't think of anything. And so the fact that I don't know what it is leading me to believe that it is probably a limiting belief that was programmed into my subconscious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Now I'm really curious at what it is.
Well, there are some general things though, besides what you just said, there are some general things. Um, how let's expand a little bit more on how people may find out they have a limiting belief.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can be led to believe that you might have a limiting belief. Yeah, so probably the best way to talk about this is with a scenario. So let's say that you have been doing heart meditations for a while about what your life purpose is, or what you know you're supposed to do in this life. So one of the things that you have came up with, what you believe your purpose is to give the gift of performance because you have been given many talents. So you decided that you want to put on a production every year that can impact thousands of people, and it will impact them in such a positive way. So you're moving forward, things are going well, you're getting things in place, and then bam,
Like a train hit you.
you are having a conversation with someone and they shot down your idea, and the next morning you felt drained and hopeless. Sound familiar? Because it definitely sounds familiar to me. Another might be that you are moving forward, finding your desires and your goals, and then you wake up one morning and you just have lost interest in them and you really don't know why. So here's some things to look for um, on trying to decide if you have a limiting belief or not. You're not sleeping well at night. You have anxiety. Something doesn't feel right. A general sense of disinterest in engaging in your dreams, or a cloud of negativity that you cannot shake. So it's a lot like being on a train track. You're moving at a good speed, and then, just like my mom said, it's like you're hit with a freight train that derailed you and put you in the other direction. So it was unexpected. You don't know it hit you, but those limiting beliefs are what are going to keep you from getting back up and actually being able to move forward. They just suck the energy from you.
They do.
And along with the energy goes your life of dreams, and oftentimes will just make you feel pretty dang hopeless.
Yeah, those limiting beliefs can be super, super defeating. That's why they're so important to realize they are there in the first place. It's part of that negative programming, but recognizing them that they are there is the first step. And the next step is to uncover them.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
we are super excited about this because you can do this on your own. And that is what we are here for, is to give you tools that you can do on your own whenever you want. You can do this with the video you're watching now, or get this, you can download our app that we use with the Life Mind program. It is called the Your Life, Your Team app, and it's geared completely toward reprogramming the negativity and helping you achieve your heartfelt desires. Honestly, the more that people will spend time in the app, the further and faster they will get along in their dreams and their goals.
Yeah. Sure.
And right now, we are going to play the Discover Limiting Beliefs meditation from the app. It is number 4 in the guided meditations. And these meditations were designed with musical binaural beats to help your brain get into that state of consciousness that connects you to the heart. So we had talked about the theta and the alpha state. And these binaural beats are really effective at helping your brain calm down and get into that state to access those answers. The meditation is most effective when you listen with headphones or earphones, but you do not have to have them. It will still be effective. But as a safety precaution, do not drive or operate machinery while listening to this.
Please.
You've done the right thing to take this time and treat yourself. You recognized something just wasn't right by how you were feeling or performing, and recognized it was time to uncover any limiting beliefs that have slowed you or stopped you on your tracks. It's normal to have limiting beliefs, but you're smart and you recognize them. And you know you can bring them to the surface and bust through any barriers by connecting to your heart. So take a moment to settle into a comfortable position, standing, sitting, or lying down. Open or close your eyes and begin to inhale deeply for 5 counts. And exhale for 5 counts. Repeat this process, focusing on the place of your heart. Picture your heart as the lung to your body, allowing the air to flow in and out of the heart. Now, as you're letting that air flow in and out, smile and think of a happy memory to flow through your mind, or you can think of anything that pleases you. Hold that feeling of joy or love as you continue to breathe in and out. And just relax. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your stomach. Realize this is the most important thing you need to do. Everything else, it can wait. Now ask yourself, do I have any limiting beliefs? Continue to breathe in deeply and out, and trust your heart to tell you. Once you've decided if there are some limiting beliefs, ask, what is a limiting belief I have? Inhale and exhale as you relax. Welcome and observe any thoughts, feelings, or images that come to mind. Open the door wide and welcome them in, as if you're inviting in an old friend. And don't rush or judge. Just observe them. For the next few minutes, continue to breathe in and out of your heart space, and as a limiting belief becomes clear, ask if there are any more. Continue to ask until you've uncovered all the limiting beliefs that have surfaced from the programming of your mind. You can continue with the music, or you can stop the meditation and perform this exercise. Now, slowly allow yourself to come back to the present moment. Open your eyes and write down any thoughts that came to mind. Formulate a sentence and ask if it's correct. Be patient. It may take some time until the limiting belief is clarified. If it didn't become clear immediately, trust that it'll come when you're relaxing, doing a chore, or in the shower. Once you have your limiting beliefs clarified, work through the limiting belief barrier questions in the action guide to remove them. Well done. Visit this meditation on a regular basis to continue to identify any limiting beliefs that may arise. Nothing can put limits on you.
I think that is one of my favorite meditations. It's so powerful.
It's one of mine too. I do the limiting beliefs meditation a whole lot.
The meditation mentioned working through the limiting belief questions in the action guide. So the action guide is what participants use when they take our courses. So since many of our listeners do not know what that is or do not have it, we thought we could work through the questions on here.
Well, Kiara, did you come up with a limiting belief?
I did.
Do you want to share it?
Do I want to be vulnerable with everybody? Sure. Yeah,
Okay, well, cool. So what's your limiting belief?
that I am not a committed person.
Oh. Well, I disagree with that, but how do you feel about
I
it?
disagree with it too, but that's what came to me, is that I am not committed enough to reach my goals.
Okay, well, we need to get rid of that nasty belief.
Yes, we do.
All right. So, first question, how does carrying this belief benefit you?
It doesn't benefit me in any way. But actually, no, I guess it could, because if I had the excuse that I wasn't committed, I wouldn't have to commit to anything. I wouldn't have to do anything hard.
So that kind of, well, from what I can hear you saying is you are a very busy person anyway, and you work
Yeah.
hard.
Yes. To
And
not have
so,
to commit to hard things would make my life easier, most likely.
right. And it's an interesting question to ask because most people don't think that a limiting belief is benefiting. They don't think that a limiting belief is benefiting them in any way, but in reality, your subconscious believes it is because the programming continues to hang on to it.
Yeah.
But I believe that the answer that you gave is right. It keeps you safe from having to commit to something more because you're busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the price? Number two, what is the price that you've paid for holding on to this belief?
I mean, not reaching my goals, not being committed to my goals. That is the price I have paid. Not being happy with myself in certain areas because I've never been able to accomplish what I wanted to. It's a
Okay.
hefty price.
Yeah, for sure. What are you missing out on by keeping this belief?
What am I missing out on by keeping this? Extended happiness. Being happy with myself and where I'm at, and confidence in who I am. A lot. I feel like the list could be endless there.
Yeah. So if you keep this belief, what will you cheat yourself from in the future? That's number 4.
Yeah. More time being happy. I'll just continue to be miserable in that certain area of my life.
Okay. If you change this belief now, what would your life be like? That's number 5.
I feel like it would be full of confidence and happiness. I mean, I think that just like knowing that I could commit to something would make me happy. Not even like having to achieve it for a while, but just knowing that I'm committed to that would make me a completely different person.
Great. So what is the opposite of this belief?
I am committed and achieve my goals and desires.
Love it. And what can you do now to put action to this new belief?
Well, I mean, like we've talked about, I can repeat that affirmation, first of all, and feel it, and then make a goal or make a action plan to achieve that goal that I feel like I can't commit to. That's rooted in this belief that I have.
Excellent. Good. Now, how do you feel?
I surprisingly feel comfortable knowing that that was my limiting belief and that I was able to address it because I felt like I made excuses for myself all the time and now I know what was holding me back.
Love
So
it.
I feel it's weird because you're like uncovering something that's very uncomfortable about yourself, but when it's the right answer, you feel peace about that terrible thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
like I know that it's truth that I did believe that because I feel good knowing it.
I love that you did that. There is something that happens really, it's weird. All of the anxiety goes away. All
Mhm.
of you just feel something like you feel lighter all of a
Yeah,
sudden, just
for sure,
knowing it, bringing it to the surface.
for sure.
I have a limiting belief that I would like to share that has come up recently. And the reason I want to share it is because I know that I'm not the only person that has this limiting belief, but this was only 2 days ago that it came up. So, would you like to take me through the questions, Kiara?
Sure. All right. How does carrying this belief benefit you? First of all, what is the belief?
The belief is that I am not well liked.
Okay, so how does carrying this belief benefit you?
I believe that the answer is that it keeps me safe from having to put myself out there.
Yeah,
Doing a lot of this kind of stuff is hard. It takes a lot of work. And if nobody likes me, I don't need to put in the work. And what good does it do anyway if no one likes me?
you could just be comfortable being a hermit at home.
Honestly, when you get down to it, I would love to just curl up and not see anybody, but it doesn't make me feel fulfilled.
Mhm.
But that's how I feel. I would rather just not, I don't want to be in the front of anything. I want to be back observing.
But you're so good at being in the front of everything. Okay, I'm not here to make you feel better about yourself. I'm here to
No,
motivate
you're
you.
not. Please don't.
All right. What is the price you've paid for holding on to this belief?
Well, the price I have paid, self-confidence. I have lost sleep and I did not feel peace.
Okay. What are you missing out on by keeping this belief?
I think that it is the courage to put myself out there, to make friends, and to reap benefits by meeting new friends.
Yeah, that's a lot to miss out on. If
Yeah,
you keep this belief, what will you cheat yourself from in the future?
very valuable relationships, fulfilling my purpose. That's a huge one right there.
Sure. If you change this belief now, what will your life be like?
I see myself surrounded by wonderful people, and I have courage to be willing to serve others.
Yes, okay. It's so funny because when we have these beliefs about ourselves, they're just like so not true. Like that my mom has this belief is just crazy to me. People like flock to her and everybody loves her. So it's just really interesting to see that you literally can't tell yourself lies and believe them because your brain will believe them, even though it's not true at all. Anyways, okay, what is the opposite of this belief?
I am well liked and valued.
Yes. And now what can you do to put action to this new belief?
I can meditate and ask myself who I can reach out to today and every day to help so that we can both feel love and I can follow through with that.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I have found that this meditation and exercise is super powerful in my own life. I mean, you can see what kind of beliefs come up, and it's powerful in the lives of the people that I work with. The limiting beliefs can be really self sabotaging in our lives and in the process of fulfilling our dreams. But I have found that this meditation, this action of connecting to your heart and then asking those questions, it never fails. Like Kiara just experienced, the anxiety goes away. She was suddenly like, I feel good knowing about that, consciously knowing that that was what it was.
It's
And
almost
so,
like it's almost like having something wrong with you, like a disease or something, and you're just so sick of not knowing what to do about it and so sick of feeling sick. And so when you finally get like a diagnosis, it's just like, oh, well, at least I know what's wrong with me, so I can fix it.
yeah, yeah. And it's just like, did I really believe that? But I can't even explain I think you did do well. It's just knowing that it's there and that you can do something about it
For sure.
is empowering.
Yeah, it's freeing. It feels freeing for us to understand the programming that's running on the subconscious level so that we can stop it in its tracks and change it and move forward.
Exactly. So the first step is recognizing that there is a limiting belief, being mindful. It goes clear back to episode 1, being mindful of how you are feeling, what things are affecting you. And if you're going through certain things, those feelings just feeling off for a day or two, more than likely it's a limiting belief. If you've already done the work of clearing out your energy, clearing out those emotions, things like that, and then you are having these kind of feelings going on, or there's something that's blocking you, more than likely it's a limiting belief. So it's super important to understand that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that was a good episode. I think we should cut it off. But
Well, I think so too. And we hope that you found value in this Uncovering Limiting Beliefs episode. It can be really powerful for you too as you move forward in living your life purpose. If you found today's episode helpful, please comment below and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Next time, we will do our second video of the series, Busting Through Barriers, the Relationship Mirror. Da-da-da.
ooh, that's a good one
Da-da-da.
too.
It is. It's an
All
excellent one.
right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mom.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, Kiara. Bye.